Fascia. It is a sheet of connective tissue that surrounds, supports, and separates different structures of the body. There are two main types, the superficial fascia and the deep fascia. Let us start our discussion with the superficial fascia. It lies beneath the skin. It is made up of loose areolar tissue and fat, also called as panniculus adiposus. This fat is not distributed equally. It is abundant in buttocks, breast, anterior thigh, lumbar region, etc. However, it is absent or very thin in places like eyelids, penis, scrotum, and external ear. Generally, women have more fat than men. Panniculus carnosus is a thin muscle layer within the superficial fascia. Humans have only remnants of it. The examples include platysma of the neck, dartus muscle of the scrotum, palmaris brevis of the hand, corrugator cutis ani around the anal verge, and muscles of the nipple. So, the functions of superficial fascia are insulation, facilitating movement of the skin, acting as the body's energy reserve by storing fat, and serving as a soft medium for passage of blood vessels, lymphatics, and nerves before they reach the skin. Then we move to deep fascia. Unlike the superficial fascia, the deep fascia is dense, strong, and inelastic. It separates the superficial fascia from the underlying deeper structures. The deep fascia is modified in different regions of the body to perform specialized functions. Let us discuss these modifications one by one. It forms intermuscular septa that separates functionally different group of muscles into distinct compartments. For example, in the thigh, the deep fascia divides the muscles into anterior, medial, and posterior compartments. So each compartment usually contains muscles with similar function. It forms three important coverings of muscle. From outside to inside, they are epimysium, perimysium, and endomysium. Epimysium covers the entire muscle. Perimysium surrounds a bundle of muscle fibers. Endomysium surrounds each individual muscle fiber. The exact same pattern applies for nerve as well. Epineurium covers the entire nerve. Perineurium surrounds the nerve bundle and endoneurium surrounds individual nerve fibers. Deep fascia also forms protective sheets around major blood vessels. For example, carotid sheet, axillary sheet, and femoral sheet. The facial covering is dense around arteries and loose around veins. Retinacula are thickened bands that hold tendons in place close to joints. Examples are flexor retinaculum and extensor retinaculum of the wrist. In some regions, the deep fascia is thickened to form facial aponeurosis. Example, the palmar aponeurosis and plantar aponeurosis. The deep fascia also forms interosseous membrane between adjacent bones. This connects the bones, provide attachment for muscles and help transmit forces. Example is the interosseous membrane between radius and ulna. So the functions of deep fascia include keeping the underlying structures in position, providing extra surface for muscle attachment, helping in venous and lymphatic return, supporting muscles during contraction, acting as a pulley, etc. And that wraps up a high yield overview of fascia.